Welcome back. I must tell you, I'm so glad that sometimes I need to retake such beautiful episodes as this one, and I'm guided that in the very moment I'm doing the recording, I'm not in full capacity to pass as much valuable information, valuable energy to you as I can. So I'm doing second take on that one, but it's super interesting from my perspective. At least I found it super interesting. It's under the influence of Paramhansa Yogananda, as you probably might know. The previous episode was on the spiritual aspect and growing with Kriya Yoga. Another aspect that Paramhansa Yogananda introduced while he was sent to serve after being the disciple is what he was teaching the children, that he started to teach just to embed in them the spiritual knowledge, the awakening of spirituality just from the very early age. And that exercise that he promoted, it was called Yogoda. It was from yoga and da, so really being in union, but in a sense of really union with all your parts as well. So what was the Yogoda for? Basically, it was to recharge or have the possibility of recharging your physical body, most of the times energetical as well, but physical body, by technique that connects couple of elements. One of those elements is really the appreciation. So in any way that you can, you thank for all you have, for where you are, and as well acknowledge that you are not only the mind and body, but you are the spirit. And with that, you ask for permission to really enable the flow of this regenerating energy through yourself. So what he discovered, or what was as well discovered by yoga sciences, is that this Yogoda technique that he introduced, it was basing on some other techniques, it in general it regenerates the body much better and much more consciously and thoroughly than automatic sleep that does only the partial regeneration. Because with this technique, the main aspect is focus. Second main aspect is really the pranic energy that you can intake by really focusing with breathing technique on really just certain parts of yourself. Starting from the top, you can start from the brain, can focus on the brain really and appreciate the brain. And really while inhaling and exhaling, you just maximally focus on the brain. Then you move further down, you move to the parts that really you have some aches in, you want to regenerate, you want to put the life energy back into them, and just bring this energy from external side of you, or from really this pranic energy that might be downloaded, and really feeling those specific places, organs, your whole body, your parts, ankles, knees, elbows, anywhere maybe that you have pains, and focus with that one to try to regenerate yourself. What he was practicing and what has been tested is that basically this technique enabled some of his students really to show how much strength and energy they might have. They even were promoting this technique in the Western world, and by astonishment of the ones that saw it, they were really interested in that technique as well. This technique might be used to strengthen your muscles while really focusing on when the muscle has tension. Then you can as well focus on delivering the more energy, the pranic energy, with breathing technique as well to those muscles. So this is very much focused on really the regenerating your body with this yoga techniques, but mostly focused on breathing and focusing. What's even more, what he discovered or what he promotes, is that there is even from Yogoda, there is step up. When you practice the really aspect of concentration, you get even more possibilities, more like a channel, more bandwidth to get this energy to your body and this regenerating energy. That is very interesting as well. What he proposed is that to ease this process, to enable as much energy as possible to go, and he advised some diet that was low on meat, was low or suggested excluding the white flour. So any breads, any buns, anything with white flour. Instead take a gram whole grain ones, things like this. And reduce significantly as well the intake of caffeine. He suggested if you need just 1 cup should be enough of what you need, but even just drop it totally. What he advised was as well was quite interesting, as he suggested milk, but as we know right now, it's hard to say what is milk. And it's just to deliver water, water with some ingredients in it, just as well to have this cleaning possibilities inside the body. This is what I'm adding, and that is so interesting. And that as well, what he highlighted is the longer you take on specific organ, on specific place, the more effective it would be. So the slower you do this technique, the more effective it would be on certain organ. What he suggested is that those inhale and exhale technique, you can increase the length of those, but maximally it should be 30 seconds for one and the other, and you should just do those consistently while you are doing this practice, and that is one of the key points. So the key point is focus. Second point is breathing. In yoga, breathing, the slower the better. Some say that those yogi masters that really had those highest consciousness level, they really even didn't breathe at all. Some sometimes thought that they are dead, but they were in a freeze. And they when they returned to consciousness, they just started breathing slowly, but started breathing again. So this is quite interesting aspect as well that is surrounding breathing, and breathing is very much one of the cores of the yoga techniques. Without breathing, proper breathing, you don't have the proper effects as well, and all those techniques as well promote regenerating all your cells in the body with this energy. It's the feeding energy as well. So it's not only regenerating but really delivering lots of power to your body accumulator, and this power as well is very interesting, because if you practice those techniques, the sum of those inputs that you deliver with the current, let's say, of this energy is more, or much more even, than is needed for on daily basis. So you start to grow, start to really regenerate your body much faster. The natural effects that he highlighted were like running nose, like sweating more, because body, if you deliver enough energy, starts the cleanup process. So all those things related to running nose and some elements on the skin, they are usually, or most of the times, connected to just cleaning up the system from toxins, cleaning up the system from those spare cells that were replaced with new ones. So this is most of the times cleanup, and this was one of the highlights as well. This is so interesting techniques. You can get more information. It's available on Internet Archive as Yogoda text, and this Yogoda text as well was connected later on to really just summon or naming the fellowship that was really connected to Paramhansa Yogananda in the Western world. So it was this fellowship that got formed, and it was for self-development, self-realization, the fellowship that is very functioning right now as well. So it's very interesting, and it's very inspiring just to know that we not only have those tools that we feed the body with, and we not only base on those, but we have as well the very maybe sophisticated, but really the tools that operate on different aspects of us, and they can as well work on this physical body, because those external bodies, they tend to influence like to the middle of ourselves, when in the middle we can consider that it's this physical body, then this framework of energetical body, and the main influence is from energetical body to physical body, not necessarily the other way around. That is usually how it works. That is as well how usually those weaknesses in energetical body, if you have those, they get transferred into your physical body. But that probably will be part of other episodes. I wanted to tell you about this great discovery, how to really regenerate yourself, or try to practice this regeneration by really following some exercises. And as I mentioned, you can get more from this text. It's available, and really that I want to remind you that you are not your mind, you are not your body, you are soul that is driving all of this. So in any situation, be cautious of that and remember that. So stay in joy and happiness. Let the fear just stay where it is, and let it remind you who you really are, not necessarily bring you down. Thank you very much, and see you tomorrow. Bye.